Hey guys, it's Jouelzy, and I am finally getting around to recording my very first Ask Jouelzy, where I answer your questions. Well, I'm really kind of nosy though. So, FYI, this series isn't particularly for hair questions. I will take note of your hair questions, and if I feel the need, I will address them in hair videos. And a lot of questions about relationships in my dating life. No, I'm not a hermit. Yes, I do date. I am grown. Hello. But let's just get into some questions here and let's have a good old time. I got a ton of questions also about being a Delta, and I know it's going into rush season, so maybe I'll do a video about being part of a Black Greek letter organization. Maybe, but truth be told, I'm cat. You know, I put some roller skates on, signed a piece of paper, and skated right on into sisterhood. Ooh, whoop to all my sorors. Brianna B loves you. Asks, why are you so dope, girl? Sometimes I ask myself the same question. Why did God give me this life? Why am I so dope? Really, you would have to ask my mother and my father. I was birthed with the Lord of my mother, and my father raised me. So, ask them. But, I strive for dopeness on a daily basis. And so I appreciate you for recognizing that. Thank you, girl. I love you too, bro. Chipmunk says, girl, why would you pick that screen name? Says, what advice would you give to an older virgin 21 years over in the dating world? I'm a 24-year-old virgin and with men. Oh, I cut the question off. Oh, no. I think she said, with men, they seem to be scared or whatever. So, this question stuck out to me because, girl, I was a 21-year-old virgin, too. Men will see you however you see yourself. So, if you're insecure about it, then they're going to have an issue with it. But if you're okay with it and you're grounded in it and you don't feel insecure about it, then it's not going to be a problem. And I think maybe you should search for men that have the same train of thought of you. I know out here in Maryland, there's the Worth the Wait group. That is, people that are saving themselves for marriage. So if there's a church group or just an organization, I don't know if it's a religious thing or just kind of happened for your happenstance, but don't wear it on your sleeve, girl. It is not the end of the world. And, in some cultures, they pay you in gold for that. So hold tight, boo-boo. Hold tight. Olivia Williams, hey boo, she says, so I'm a 21-year-old and finally coming out of my shyness and starting to venture out. I'm going to an event tomorrow. Sorry, girl, I'm about 2 weeks late answering you, but we finally get to it. My question is, have you ever gone to an event by yourself where you know no one? If so, how did you break the ice with people and just start your conversation? Any tips for me? So I moved to New York my sophomore year of college. We just never went back to classes at Howard, just moved to New York, and I literally knew no one in New York. I just up and moved here. And I know I got a ton of questions about living in New York versus DC. I would do a video separate on that. But maybe you haven't noticed, but I have a pretty loud, extroverted personality. Even my silence is loud. And so I walk into a room and I really don't have that much of a problem, meeting people or talking to people. I just go up and talk to people. I say hello, or if I don't know anybody, I'll say I don't know anyone. Only time I really have an issue is going into a room full of Black women. That's uncomfortable. And I didn't realize how uncomfortable I was in that setting, so I joined a sorority, and I had to go find an alumni chapter. Because every time I go to a new alumni chapter meeting and I have to walk into a room full of Deltas, I just be like, oh my gosh, I'm just so not prepared for this. I'm so not prepared. This is because how we as women tend to, especially women of color, we tend to interact with each other, and that you want to be able to immediately read someone as soon as you meet them. And I'm not really readable, and I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and I think a little bit of me comes off like that. So I get a little insecure, but I've gotten over it. I'm getting over it. So I think, it just comes down to confidence and owning it. And if you go into an event, you don't know anybody, then you don't know anybody, and that should be the topic of conversation. Oh my gosh, I'm new here. I don't know anyone. Hello, how are you doing? It's not that hard. I went to a house party last week, and I made it a point to go up to every woman not every, but to go up to the women and say hello. Because I think so often it's so easy for us to go talk to men. And I don't think it's anything particularly sexual per se, but it's just men just operate a different wavelength. And maybe, you know, if you're cute, you know you're cute. And so you can kind of finagle it. And dudes do like anything that can stick. Never mind, girl, never mind. But like, yeah, but I made a point to go talk to the women because I think so often we will go and either stick with the women we know and only talk to the men. And you'd be surprised how many women are like, oh my gosh, like, I really appreciate you saying hello to me. Like, it doesn't take anything more than a hello, how are you doing? And a smile. And be nice. And if you're smart and cultured, you know, just have a conversation. It ain't that difficult, girl. Okay. All right. Imani Johnson left me a really long conversation. And the TLDR, if you ever see TLDR, it's too long, didn't read, is that basically she broke up with her boyfriend because, they're having a break. It's not even a break up. Because he said, God wants us to do this, and he hates feeling like he can't give me the attention I deserve. He is away at college. She says she understands both. They have a mutual understanding that they'll be together in the future, she guesses. And her other ex has come back into her life, but her most recent ex always was jealous about him, thinking that her and her other ex had something going on. Are you getting confused? Because I'm getting confused. But she doesn't have crazy feelings for the long time ago ex. She feels like she only thought of him. I feel like I only like the thought of him, and I don't really see him in my life forever. So my questions are, do you think this is considered cheating? Is it okay for me and my recent ex to put limits on what we're allowed to do during this break time? Should I end it with both of them? What the heck should I do? LOL, I'm so confused. So I'm going to assume that you are still in high school. If he's away at college and you're not also away at college, so you're rather young. My big advice is there's more fish in the sea, girl. Don't even get your head in a twizzy over some Negroes that ain't got their ish together. Like, womp womp. I mean, either you're together or you're not together. There is no such thing as like a break. That's called you're broken up. That means he's not your boyfriend. And so he can't really put restrictions on what you do with your time. Like, essentially, you don't owe him anything. And as far as the other ex, like, people are your exes for a reason. Like, you break up for a reason, and then you move on with your life. You should work on just being better at being you. Oh my gosh, when did I join the Dr. Phil? Oh, I'm gonna give some ratchet advice, and I just don't know. I can't do it. It's just like, don't fuck your life up over some whack Negroes. Like, don't do it. I think you just like attention and you want attention from someone. And so if your most recent ex who broke up with you because God wants you to do it, read that scripture where Jesus broke off the olive branch and placed it into your boo hand and told him to break up with Imani. I just find it for me, girl, and then maybe we could continue this conversation because that's the first part. I don't even get that. But like, girl, get your ish together. But like, timing is a very big deal in relationships on some real live ish. And you know, I do believe in the right time and allowing things to take place at the right time, but you also are not sitting by the fireplace waiting for no Negro to come back into your life and whisk you away. Like, that shit ain't cute. What you doing is getting your ish together and being the bomb you that you can be, and the right person will come around at the right time. When you are at your best, that's when the person who is best for you will manifest. All right? That was some deep ish. Write it down, take a note, save it, put it in a fortune cookie, girl, because I just put you on. All right? All right. All right, so this, I don't know if she wanted me to say her name because she emailed it to me, so I'm not going to say her name, but she's from New York. In August, my boyfriend proposed to me, and I said yes, but he would have to wait till I finished college to have a ceremony. As of 1 month ago, my fiance was diagnosed with HIV. He's only 22. I decided to stay and support him. I'm not the type of person to kick people when they're down. It's just, when they're down, it's just, I would talk about his HIV and ask questions and he'll get offended. Now that our future plans have slightly changed, have kids the natural way, I'm feeling a little unsure about where we stand. Would you stay in the relationship if I were you? I'm so young, 20, and just need some advice. I love him and I want to make it work. I just don't know where to go from here. I need a drink. Pina colada time. Alright, so I gotta be really careful about what I say here, because it's not a topic that I think you should really make fun of per se, but I really, did I say really? I really, in my heart of hearts, hope that you're trolling me and that you're just asking that question because you want to see what my reaction is and not because that's your real life. Because girlfriend, if that is your real life, I'm gonna need you to go to the nearest, Planned Parenthood, OBGYN, women's clinic, whatever, get you your gonorrhea, syphilis, HIV, HPV, vaginosis, vaginitis, yeast infection, SARS. I mean, I hope that maybe this is sliding because you're not sleeping together. Like, you guys are not sexually active, because I can't imagine under what, like, I can't even, like, look, we can all be real here. There's only a few ways you can get diagnosed with HIV. So unless he was unaware for the past 21 years of his life that he was carrying the HIV virus, and he has like some type of Magic Johnson genes without the funds, and that he could go that long without knowing because he got it through birth, homeboy got that shit through swapping some sort of bodily fluids. Bottom line. So unless he got a Yankee blood transfusion, in which that case he could sue and get some bread, or is he doing crack? Are we using needles in 2013? Do people still shoot drugs up with needles here? Is he doing meth? They do. Is he doing drugs? Is he fucking somebody out? Like, girl, like, it's just, ain't no love strong enough. No, girl, not for me. Not today, not ever. No, nigga, no. I'm trying to figure out how you... He not trying to tell you how he was diagnosed with HIV? Like, is there some part of science that I don't understand where we're contracting HIV out here without bodily fluids being swapped? Because I'm just confounded here. Like, I'm just trying to find out under what plausible reason did you not Lorena Bobbitt his left testicle? Because, girl, I just, nope, negative. Like, if he loves you enough, he loves you enough to be honest with you. If it's worth something, he values you as a being, as a person, as someone who is healthy currently, and he might impact them in a grossly negative manner. Like, yes, we all know Magic Johnson has found the cure to HIV. We know there are people out here that are living in healthy relationships who are HIV positive. And I get that. And I get that people don't always get it because of some of their actions. They might have had a latent virus laying around that they got from their parents. But I feel like he owes it to you to tell it. And I think the oldest case I've ever heard of somebody getting diagnosed with HIV who contracted it through their mother's birth canal was like 12. So your homeboy being it out by a good 10 years. And if he don't want to come up off that, then girl, you better hit that floor and hit the road jack. And don't come back. No more. There are more fish in the sea. I don't know why you young girls out here thinking that the Negro you currently with is the last one in the ocean. Because my mama told me you ain't really going to enjoy sex till you like 25 anyway. So we gonna do something little wee-wee and you busting that and not even have no foreplay, girl. It's not cute. That was the speech my mother gave me in order to tell me not to have sex before marriage. And I listened. I did. I listened to her until I was like in my early 20s. It worked very well. So I'm going to just leave that out there for y'all to partake of. And maybe you could do with it what you want. But Like, do you realize that, like, you attract what you put out? And so you must not love yourself. Because, girl, look, I'd be scared to catch a yeast infection. Fucking HIV. It ain't no right way to go about it. And I think really the issue is a lot of y'all need to evaluate your self-worth. Like, there's some real, for you to even sit around, if homeboy came back and told me he contracted a freaking yeast infection, and yes, men can get yeast infections too, and he don't want to tell me where he got his daggone yeast infection from, oh, I ain't fucking with it. Not me, not today, not tomorrow, and not ever. Not yesteryear. A yeast infection, I would cut a nigga off if he didn't want to come up off that info. He was like, ain't none of your business. Ain't none of my business. You just walking around with cottage cheese in your penis and you don't want to tell me why? For real? For real, for real? For real? For real? We don't do that. Not, There is 6 billion people. Is it 6 billion? It is 6 billion people in the world. There is somebody out there that will love you, girl. And the problem is you need to love yourself first, because that ain't love. He don't love you. Pina colada damn good, girl. I put pineapple and some some crazy Goya stuff in it. Mad good, girl. Mad girl. You ain't even old enough to have a cocktail. You want to stay for the rest of your life with a Negro with HIV. He don't want to tell you why. What planet did they do that on? And I'm saying all this with love, like on some sincere love-ish. I think it's very noble that you love a person that regardless of how sick they are, you want to stay with them. But there got to be something like, I really just hope that was for a reaction and that's not your true life, because I think in all honesty, in all sincerity, you need to love yourself first, and that's a situation you need to walk away from. Like, you know, I would like to be like, laugh at this and keep it light and keep it funny and, you know, be all witty and shit about it, but I think in my heart of hearts that there's just like all y'all with Negro issues, with significant other issues, talking to you out there too with your girlfriend that's head over heels in La La Land over some dumb chick. Like, y'all really need to work out with y'all self-love, like, for real. Like, I wouldn't even bother, personally speaking. I don't think there's any rush to be in a committed relationship with somebody who doesn't love and respect you enough to sit down and have a conversation. And I know you said that you don't believe in kicking somebody while they down, which is why you don't want to leave him. But I don't believe in kicking down your immune system either over no nigga who can't tell you where he caught the most serious of serious diseases from. Like, true. And ask more questions. You can ask more questions down below in the comment section via Twitter, or if you have a super, super, super personal question and you don't necessarily want to put your persona or your name attached to it, you can email me at askjouelzy.com. Just make sure on any platform that you contact me at that you hashtag askjouelzy. I know, you might inspire me to do another video topic. Okay. Cheers. Make yourself a pina colada, girl. It's the best way to go to sleep. It's 2:30 on a Sunday. Ooh, girl, tomorrow at work is going to be an interesting day.